Um, it is what it is. If you're already live, let's see here. That's cool. I enjoying this. So do you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. How are
Okay,
you?
cool. I'm good. So we have some people who already tell me, hey, they're coming, and I'm really thankful that they're dropping in just to chat with us today. Today's all about secrets. I should say nutrition secret exposed number 4. And each and every single day, we're trying to just drop one nugget for you, and we break it down in smaller chunks so you can chew it. Simple strategies that could help you along your weight loss journey. So, with that said, Danny, do you want to tell the audience what might be that secret number 4?
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where you are. I'm so happy and blessed to be here with you tonight. It's night for me in Miami, 6 p.m. I'm in Florida, South Florida. So this is day 4, right? So remember what we talked about so far? We talk about on day number 1. Oh, I hear a very, very strong echo. Is it just me? Oh, hello. Yeah, I think it's black and white now. Thank you. So, day number 1 was why small changes can add up to big results, right? We gave an analogy like the plane leaving from LA going to Rome. If the pilot halfway decided that oops, it's going to change just the route for 1 degree, you end up North Africa, Tunisia, which by the way is beautiful, but it's not Rome. Then day 2, we talk about how to eat more slowly. How important that. Then joy disappear, but that's okay. Then day 3, we talk about how to differentiate between hunger and appetite, right? Remember, hunger is that physiological need for food, and appetite is the psychological need for food, right? When you're very hungry, your belly might be growling, you feel like a hollow feeling, like a pit to your stomach. So that is something that you need food. Appetite is something that is, hey, welcome back. And appetite is something that you may feel, and it's usually when, I don't know, for example, you've ever passed by a bakery and all of a sudden you feel that you want a croissant, or have you ever passed by that you want like some fresh bread, or you pass by any place like a pizzeria and all of a sudden you feel that you want to have a slice of pizza. It happened like I used to live in New York, and like we passed by this open air pizzeria where they cut like pizza in slices. I mean, you feel you want to have a slice of pizza. That most of the time is appetite. It can be stimulated by emotion, by no by smell, by noise. There's so many. So we learn about how to differentiate hunger from appetite, and why that is important, because especially if you have a goal, weight loss, fat loss, that is extremely important, how to differentiate the two. Then yesterday we talked about how to eat in the right amount, and how to eat the right amount of food for your goal. Remember, we thought as a 1 and 10 a continuum, and we said, okay, stop at 7 if your goal is fat loss, go 8, 9 if your goal is maintenance, go 10 if your goal is gaining weight or gaining muscle. This so far what we cover, and then we say, okay, Danny and Joel, tell us what the heck to eat, right? So we're all about, we want to know what to eat. And so today we are going to talk about what you can eat, and you don't get to hear from us what you cannot have. We are not focusing on what you can't, because that's enough out there. There's so many like information out there with such a little context on what to do, and it's all about not this, not that, not this, not that, but is if we want to build the skills that last a lifetime, and so skills that you can take with you forever, and you can toast the diet out of the window. Nutrition secret number 4 is focusing on adding instead of removing. Okay, that's nutrition secret number 4. Write it in the comment. Nutrition secret exposed number 4 is focusing on adding instead of removing. I mean, do you like to be told what not to do? Oh, you cannot do that. I mean, it's like human nature. You want to do it in spite of that. I just want to do it because I've been told not to do it. So why is that we accept that from the weight loss industry, that they tell us, hey, you know what? Now you have to remove calories from your diet. And so instead of a normal 16, 18, 2000, then you end up eating 800. This morning, I read a review on the 800 calorie diet. Nuisance. Then you want to say, they tell you, how dare you to eat carbs? How dare you? And so, like, then they tell you, how dare you eating twice a day? No, it's only one time. Or how dare you to have an eating window that is, I don't know, 12 hours or 9 hours? You have to have an eating window that is 2 hours. Like, it's all about what you have to like remove from your normal life, like a normal person. And so today we're not talking about that. Today we are starting with what you can add. And also because whenever you think about this, when you remove things, right, and you cannot have the ice cream, you cannot have the slice of cake, one slice of cake that doesn't hurt, and you cannot have that, don't you feel like a little deprived there? Like, don't you feel like frustrated? And I cannot have it. I cannot have it. And so that your mind continually goes into thinking about that, thinking what you cannot have. And by thinking what you cannot have, you constantly thinking that you want to have it. That's the result. That is that what comes, that you don't want, you don't want, you cannot have it. And so your mind and your thoughts are constantly, hey, I want to have that burger. I think yesterday Joy put out the post, what could you eat if you eat like the same food every day, what would you eat? And it was amazing to see that majority of the comments came back by saying, I would eat pizza, I would eat burgers, meaning that like we love pizza. Nothing is wrong with eating pizza. Nothing is wrong with eating a burger. That's why tonight, when we learn about the skills, we only pay attention to what we add to the plate, so that it make us feel abundant. It make us feel what really paying attention on what we can have. How much relaxed would you feel if you say, okay, today I can have this, I can have that, I can have also that, and I can have also that. Much better than, let me see here. No, 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 no. It's a different way that you approach nutrition with a peace of mind, because that's at the end of the day, that's what we want as human. We want peace of mind. That's what we want, right? And so, you ready for that? Because we are all about now going into what to add to the plate. So let's say that we know we have a plate and we know that it's time to fill it up with what is needed. And also, but before we break down on what to add to the plate, I wanted I want you to think about what we are talking as the big rocks, right? We're talking about now these things that we add to the plate as the big rocks of nutrition. That is a little different from what you may pay attention now, focus on the minutia, because we tend to focus most of the time whenever we are dieting, whenever we are trying to get to a weight, a number on the scale, we focus on, okay, the supplements that I should take, because I know that burn fat, because I read a blog article, or because my neighbor said that, or because my friend on Facebook said that. So we focus on the supplements. we focus on too much on the macro ratio. Like, gosh, if I go like a 1% over my carbs intake, ooh, ooh, that's the devil coming right knocking at the door. And then you say you might tend to pay too much attention also the if you practicing intermittent fasting, too much attention of the eating windows, like the time restriction feeding, really like after 7 p.m. in the night, unless you have like digestive problems, and so that you might want to eat early and in the afternoon, so you give time to the food to process the body to process the food. But what happens if you eat at 7:10 in the evening instead of 6:50? I mean, isn't it the same? So we really tend to pay too much attention to the little detail, to the minutia, and so we fill up this jar with a bunch of minutia, and then when it comes to putting the big rocks, there's no room. There's no room for that. But tonight we're really diving into getting that big jar that is our plate with the big rock first, and then there's still room for pebbles and sand, of course. But first, we add what is important. And so that we make sure that we nourish our body with what is needed to achieve our goals, right? So, addition number one, if you're ready, or Jay, do you want to add anything?
Well, when it comes to addition, like addition instead of subtraction, that philosophy. And I just repeating what you say in the sense that the industry, especially in the weight loss industry, they tell you what you should subtract. Stay away from carbs, stay away from protein, or stay away from sugar, stay away from salt, which is not bad advices. But as Danny says, it will get you results. But what occurs is mentally, you go through this internal struggle when you have to stay away from stuff that you love, stuff that you enjoy. You go through this internal struggle and return. It tend not all the time, not in all scenarios and all cases. However, for many, that internal struggle makes you rebel or break and say, you know what, it's too much, or I don't know, it just not working for me approach. However, by looking at it a little different, again, it's the same cup, saying half full or half empty. You look at it half full or more positive and say, okay, the same food, but what could I add to the plate? And I'm telling you that from a personal experience and some of my clients who had that struggle. So what I would suggest to them is, and I give you my example with broccoli. I knew I needed to add some more fiber and calcium to my diet, but I didn't want to drink milk. And I know broccoli have a lot of that. So what I did is I continued eating my food that I enjoy. Then I added broccoli to what I already was doing. But because I know broccoli, to me, my taste bud wasn't accustomed to broccoli, I used to dip it in a little bit of mayo and started to eat it. And that's how I started to introduce broccoli into my diet. And over time, I removed the mayo, I put it into olive oil, salt, and pepper. You understand it? And over time, I don't need none of it. But I added to what I was already eating, which I enjoy. I just I know I needed to add something. And that's just a suggestion for you is to, you can continue eating what you're eating and just add it on to what you're already doing. And within time, you will start to feel that, okay, I could substitute this now, I could take off this now, and continue adding on more things onto your plate over time, and you find your entire lifestyle and eating choices and pattern have drastically changed. Just going right back to lesson number one or so, when we talk about that 1 inch of change or one pivot off of the norm into a different direction takes you to a totally different place or result. So that is some of my suggestion for you, is, continue eating what you're eating and say, you know what, I could snack on an apple today and add an apple in. Or, hey, I could add in like a bag, or go with a little Ziploc bag with some mixed nuts and add that to your diet so you get some healthy fats and and fiber as well. So these are some of the suggestions that I would suggest as adding instead of subtracting. And hope you was able to get that philosophy or that point of view, how we could continue doing what you're doing, just add more of something else onto it.
All right, so exactly. So let's talk about the big rocks. Like, so what should be adding? And the big rock number one is the protein, right? So add protein to your plate. You see your plate as the jar. The first block that go there, the big rock, is protein. Why so though? Like, why protein? Let's say like protein helps you burn more calories throughout the day, right? Proteins keep you full for longer. Proteins are like the building block of muscles. So build that big rock, see as the big rock on your plate, as protein first. Okay. How do you get to eat more protein though? Because especially women tend to eat less protein that it's necessary, right? So how do you do it? Like Joel just said, add something. If you say uh, basic, mostly, especially when it comes to weight loss, 2 pounds of protein, generally speaking. I don't know you yet. I don't know your history. I don't know your body composition yet. So I'm not sure. Just take it just like that, generally speaking. But you are not general. You are like very much an individual and a beautiful individual. So, but generally speaking, for the sake of time and the conversation tonight, let's say that you will need to eat like 6 pounds of protein a day or something like that, six portion of proteins a day. Just add one more. And when I said the word palm, because in my word and in your word, there's no countings, calories or macros, anything. We just use our hands, and we teach the client, and Joe teaches clients like how to use the hands to make to look at what you need to eat. And so like adding a palm of protein is usually this on the thickness of your hand is enough, right? So just try to start by adding something from wherever you are right now. If you 1 palm, just add one more. If you eat two, one more. Just look at something and say, okay, this look like a palm of protein that I can add to whatever. And it could be, hey, you want to add like a scoop of a protein powder to your smoothie if you eat smoothies. You want to add a handful of spinach to your smoothie if you want to in the morning. A handful of spinach, you don't really feel it. And
I
then
could
it's
I could add to that.
good.
Is what like because most of the times we struggle with diet, like how we digest food, is be mindful of how your body digest certain foods. And because you know your body more than I know your body,
Yeah.
now you take in consideration what are some of the foods that he could introduce into add on to you that now could help you digest better, feel good as well. So if it's not one, it could be something else. So Danny is just giving you suggestions and opinions. So you have to remember that, so you can be mindful. You don't have to do this, but be mindful that although it might be protein powder, it might take a spoon of almond butter that have a lot of protein, or some peanut butter who love peanuts. But remember, peanuts is not a nut, it's a legume, but it have protein in it, and it could help you out as well. So when you're talking about protein, protein comes from many sources and not just meat and fish. It comes
Yes.
from vegetables and it comes from grains. It comes from many different sources,
Lentils.
and be conscious of that. And mostly everything have either proteins or carbohydrates, sugar. It don't only come with one thing. Not all meats come only with protein. No, not carrots don't only come with certain things, or broccoli. They come with multiple things, but some come with more than the others. That's what you have to be mindful of. So continue, Danny, on that topic of, again, today is all about adding instead of subtracting. Don't make it feel like weight loss. You have to starve yourself skinny and you have to take out all these stuff. But you could actually continue doing what you're doing, just introducing new things onto your plate. That's the thing. Just introducing new things onto your plate that can help you along your weight loss journey. Continue, Danny.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we can do, if you agree, Jay, we can give them a list of food divided by protein, vegetables, like by the main macronutrients. And so there's an array of foods there that you can pick and try and see. Okay, I like this because I like the taste.
Okay, that's that. I think
It's
that's a
good.
good idea. So after this session, this episode here, we will create a list of different foods that you could consider
Yeah.
adding onto your plate. And I would love to hear feedback along that journey. I would love to hear how that working for you. What foods did you choose to add on to your plate? That would be really cool. So that's
Yeah.
what we will add into the description or above this live, or we just post it the within the group itself, so you can actually get access to that. You wouldn't have to go to nowhere. You have to click it and download it
Yeah.
to your convenience, and that's that. So continue, Danny.
So addition number two, right? Now we talk about the protein. Addition number two, fruits and vegetables, right? Eat your veggie. I never, your mom, did she ever tell you that? Eat your veggie. Yeah, eat your veggie. And but the first years of my life, like, or did we eat what? We love to eat beige mostly. So that, but
I have to interrupt. We have Tina Ann on again tonight. We have to give her a shout out always.
Tina, how are you, my love?
She's my biggest fan, or our biggest fan. I'm her biggest fan as well. So big
Oh,
shout
so
out to
nice
her.
to
Thank you for
have
joining.
you. Mm,
Hello,
so
hello, as always. Hope you're having a wonderful day and enjoying this. If you have questions about anything dealing with nutrition, weight loss, health, generally speaking, feel free, leave the comments and we will address them either privately if you want to, or within the feed itself, or live here. We could address it as well. So, big up to Tina, my biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan as well. So.
all right, so we say, Tina, we should add also some fruits and vegetables to the plate. So addition number one was adding fruits and veggie. So whatever, why fruits and veggie? Well, fruits, very good source of sugar, natural sugar, so yummy. Grapes is like eating candies. So if you crave for candies, grapes is a very nice swap and substitution. But then, like fruits and veggies, they provide a ton of vitamins, minerals, micronutrients that are so important for our body. We don't have to go for supplements in form of pills if we enjoy enough fruits and veggie. And also they are rich of fibers, right? So they kind of get like everything going smoothly internally. That's why it's important to add fruits and veggie. And hey, they even make the meal a little more flavorful or like complete when you have some, veggie, it's a side of veggie that might taste just delicious. I don't know. I feel so. So, and they also like, yeah, I would say like they satisfy a lot the sugar cravings, especially when you go for fruits. That's when you can, like crunch a little bit the sugar, the need for sugar, the want for sugar. So how do you eat more fruits and veggie though? Because hey, not to say that we enjoy sometimes at trying all this veggie. One of the strategy could be first kind of chase the rainbow. So vegetables are not just green. Okay, vegetables are white, vegetables are yellow, vegetables are purple, vegetables are orange, vegetables are green. So when you try to chase, go ahead.
Well, the only two purple I know, I don't know if anybody know any more purple. It's like a purplish bluish corn,
Come on, what about the
and
eggs though?
I think eggplant. That's the only
Yeah.
purple I know.
Well, eating eggplants is a good start, right? So give variety. The concept behind chasing the rainbow is give variety. Variety is good. So then, how do you eat more vegetables? How can you help yourself getting more veggie in? It's like what Joel said early on. You can use dips. So whenever he said he was dipping broccoli in a little bit of um, mayo, that was a great way for him to overcome the bitterness of the broccoli so that he could introduce it.
It was more of a unique taste, like Guinness. You know, it's a kind of unique taste. So you have to kind of learn to kind of.
So you could use like those, you can use that in order to help you get accustomed to different tastes of vegetables. You can use different techniques that you cook your vegetables. So don't shy away from spices, right? If you want to put on, don't shy away from marinated in garlic. Don't shy away from using herbs and spices just to, like change a little bit the taste. Don't shy away to sprinkle a teaspoon of honey or maple syrup combined with vinegar.
Lemon.
Oh,
Lemon juice.
all right. I use vinegar, like maple syrup and vinegar. You just like combine it, and you put this as a dressing, and then you bake them. It help you mitigate a little bit the taste of some vegetables that by nature they are, like they have a strong taste.
Like
So then
asparagus.
I love asparagus though. Yeah, I know. Like I grew up eating asparagus basically I believe like twice a week. I grew up eating white asparagus.
Mm.
And yeah, with the dinner was bunch of white asparagus and boiled eggs. That was for dinner. I mean, that's what you grew up in Italy. That's what you eat. That part of Italy where I grew up, there's a bunch of veggies, and so there was like white asparagus. Whew. We had it in the backyard. It was like going digging in and pulling the roots and then eating the asparagus. It was like so fun.
For me, with my vegetable experiences, my grandmother is traditional. So every single dinner we have to eat some form of veggie on the plate. That was a must. But I actually left when I was in my teens to hit the Caribbean, and she left forever. I like no more veggies, and I just got the veggies until I became an adult. Like when I was 21, 22, I started back saying, as the topic is today, is I started to add them one by one back into my life. And like apples, it was one of my biggest thing. I kind of dislike apples for some odd reason. We have a bad relationship, and I brought it back into my life for a little, then I stopped it. And now this current time, I'm starting to introduce apples back into my life again. But it's slow. Most of this stuff is slow process. Not saying to do everything overnight and cold turkey. It's taking one at a time and introducing it back into your world. It might start with half a slice, a little thumb worth. It don't have to be a lot. Just get started. That's my whole thing. Is just try to continue adding. And I always suggest this: start with one that you think you might like. That's a cool one. The one that you think you might like or you think you might enjoy on a certain stuff that you already eaten. Carrots for me was, I say, I like making smoothies. So I grated the carrots, I added to the blender, and it actually tastes good. I'm like, okay, I can do this. So I think it's to try to see how we can add it to the stuff you already enjoy,
Yeah.
and slowly over time you'll be adding more things onto your plate than actually taking off, and more of the things that you added on is much more mindful. You're more mindful about the choices. It's much more healthy for you. It will help you medicate a lot of internal issues that's going on, because they say the healing is from the land. So more you eat this stuff, it helps to regulate your hormonal balance, your gut health, and helps to with your immune system and much more. And the best part of it, it'll help you to balance off your body and the way your body actually weigh and feel. So it helps to speed up your metabolism and much more. So you just continue adding one at a time into your life, and you'll see the massive change you will see within time.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit like carrots and hummus. Like just have, yeah, have something with you to munch on that have a color. And so making sure there's a veggie. And so, and it kind of helps. So then, go
You
ahead.
know, let me add one more thing before you go, because like for my friends, when I talk about veggies, he said, "But I eat veggies." I said, "What?" He said he always get veggies from McDonald's when he go to buy his food. And I said, wait. Is it ketchup or is it something else? Because ketchup is not veggie, that's heavily processed. He said, no, I asked them for more lettuce and tomatoes. And I said, okay. So I can understand that. So if
Well,
you're asking, let's say you're going to the deli, you could tell you're still doing your thing, but you say, could you add some extra tomatoes and lettuce on that food, please? That's how it could be introducing vegetables into your
that's
diet, and that's okay. That's okay as
it
well.
is.
So
It is. It is. I'm gonna talk in a minute about the continuum of all this that is important. And then addition number three. Addition number three is water. Mm-mm. If you want to shrink, you gotta drink.
So I had to stop you again. Hold on. I had to stop you again. So Tina said she bakes her apple. She don't eat it regular at all. She bake it. So that's good. You're still
That's
getting some nutrients inside.
that,
So
they
that's a
just
win.
yummy. Like, oh my gosh, because all the sugar kind of caramelized. They are so yummy. I'm gonna bake some apples tonight too. Thank you, Tina, for the suggestion. Thank you so much, my dear. So then we said water, right? Addition number three is water. And I said, if you want to shrink, you got to drink because water, it's important, right? We're made of basically mostly water. So it gives us more energy throughout the day. Drink your water, Jay. Then you you can really focus better. That's what it is. Like whenever you feel that you have a dip in energy, and making sure that you are hydrated first. Also, because sometimes like hunger, like thirst, we think that we are hungry, and so it's time to eat. Whenever, but in reality, we are thirsty. So make sure that you drink water, plenty water. How do you do so? So first one, it could be that you set a timer. You set a timer on your phone, and every half an hour, you just get a couple of gulp from a bottle of water. If the habit is not there yet, so set a timer on your phone every 10 minutes, every an hour, every half an hour. It's okay. What you feels is doable for you, because that's the secret of building a skill, is starting small and simple, as we talk at day one. Small and simple. Next one, it could be to always go around. If you have a desk job, always keep some water on your desk so that you see it and you drink it. And next trick, it could be having rubber band. So you put rubber band, I don't know, 10, 15 rubber band on one of your wrists. And the goal will be to drink a cup of water for every rubber band. And by the end of the day, or by 2 p.m. in the afternoon, the goal will be to have all the rubber band moved from one wrist to the other. So you have a task. You say, oops, okay. So look, I start with 10 rubber bands, and slowly at every cup, you move it from one wrist to the other. And so that you're making sure you have a strategy that help you drink more water. And then I understand that water may taste sometimes not like soda, and I'm aware of that. So how could you make it this whole experience about drinking water more playful and enjoyable? You add fruits, right? And you add herbs, and you add slice of lime of lemon. I tell my daughter to that when I make flavorful water that we're drinking spa water. So it makes very bougie. And we drink water, and then we drink water not from a normal cup, from a normal glass. We drink water from a wine glass, which make it double bougie. And so it feels like so cute that we're drinking. We drink like an entire pitch of water in no time because it tastes much better, because it feels good drinking from a glass of wine, and this colorful flavorful water. It's nice. So one of the tricks and one of the strategy that you can use is like, be playful, just add fruits to the water, add lemon and orange, add mint and lemon, and then drink from a wine glass. Feels good. Next, you could add ice, like make it cold. Drinking cold water help you drink more water than if it's like
You have to be
almost.
careful with certain southern people and certain people up in the cold too, because when they start to say add, you might say, "Well, I have a bottle of whiskey there, and the water could be the chaser." So,
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it could be an idea.
so we have to
Like
be mindful in how we add it because you're
I
like,
know.
you give me a good idea for this evening. I'll add my water, my cup
I
of
should
water with.
watch my language. I should watch it. Should watch it. Then, if you don't like the taste of water, but you enjoy drinking herbal tea, well, that's a way to get more fluid into your body. And so, um, no caffeine, no tea added. So, herbal tea are a very good way of getting more liquids. Then, oh yeah, next one it could be a carbonated water, right? So those 0 calorie carbonated water, sparkling water. Some of them are also flavorful, but they are carbonated, so they are sparkling. Well, so be it. Drink it. The goal here is to drink more. And I want to touch 1 second by saying that, and as you said early on, the things of making this whole nutritional skill work is to don't try to do everything at once, because we talk about adding protein, adding veggie, adding carbs. We talk about adding drinking more water. We talk about
Just remind them, just let me just remind you that we just all these type of suggestions, and like what we'll do after this, we will post a list of potential food that you could consider. Just add it on to what you're already doing. Don't change what you're doing because you enjoy. Just add some new stuff on, and that's what we suggest in here.
yeah. So it's not really not to overhaul the whole diet at once. Just start small, like one thing at a time. Just start by adding a boiled egg in the morning, for example, or have a boiled egg with you throughout the day, a boiled egg and an apple, and so that you get a serving of fruits and a serving and a little bit of protein with you that maybe yesterday you didn't have it. So that small and simple, repeated over time, give you incredible, amazing body transformations. That's the point, the power of small and simple. Then the last one that I want to say, like my piece of advice is do the best that you can, starting where you are now. You will hear me talking a lot, and Jay talk a lot about health and wellness as a continuum. Like is this is really starting at 1 and getting to 10. It's not really to try to make it to 10 immediately, because that is okay, it's too much. I can't keep up with this. I can't. And so that's the brownie talking to you at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you try to do everything at once, and it's so overwhelming. But when you start doing it like as a continuum, and especially when you practice nutritional skill, every meal is an opportunity for you to start fresh and to start again. And so it's like really small steps and a continuum. It doesn't have to go from 1 to 10, but from 1 to 150, and then in a little bit from 150 to 2, and then to 250, and then to 3. So slowly you will get to 10 or to 8 to 9. But in this way, what is happening? It's happening that you are building skills. And when you know a skills, like you know how to tie your shoes, like how you don't unlearn it. You are, it's part of it's an asset that you have. And the continuum of health and wellness and fitness is done by small and incremental. So very, very small increments of getting better and better. It can't, in order to have lasting results, so meaning that you are dieting, but you want to lose weight for good. You don't want to lose weight for a year and then put it back on. No, what's the point? Right? Unless your point is, okay, I want to lose weight for 3 months only, and then I want to put it all back. Never heard anybody telling me that. So the point here, like the goal, the ultimate goal is the freedom, right? Having been able to do whatever, whenever, with whoever. And so it's losing weight for good. And that is done only by slow but consistent and repeated action. That's how you get there and stay there. Going like for a month for 800 calories a day, first you probably get to 10 days if you, and then you probably they check you in at the hospital, but then you are so over it, and then the next meal is 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 calories. So my point is that always moving forward regardless of the speed, because in weight loss we say that slow is the new fast. The slower you move forward, that you get to your destination and you stay, and that's it. All the pounds that you lost are lost forever, are gone forever. So that was my second tip, and I hope you get something out of it and get something out of this discussion that I had with you. And I think that, like, to wrap these conversations, that you don't really have to overhaul your entire life overnight or in this 4 days so far, and tomorrow we have a next day. You don't have like really to overhaul your life in just 4 days, but like building the foundation so that you know what can be done slowly in order to get there. Does it make sense, Jay?
So, yeah, I'm here with you, just absorbing the information and hoping everyone enjoy chatting and hanging out with us on on the weekend. So,
Yeah.
as always, our goal is to empower you with information, trouble your mind a little, so how you're thinking of now new possibilities, breaking through the barrier of doubt and fear, but showing you that you have what it takes to achieve your ultimate health goals and weight loss goals as well. So that's what we're here for, is to give back to you. If you believe a friend could benefit from that, bring them in, share the love, share the link, let them absorb the information as well, because friends who actually lose weight together stay longer together, actually. So I hear. I don't know if it's true, but so I hear. I hope you enjoyed today. Today was really nice. We talk about adding instead of subtracting, and all the possibilities and different ways you could do such. We'll be adding a list of potential food choices that you could consider adding onto your plate, into your daily routine of eating, that you could add on to help you along your weight loss journey. And what we like to hear is your feedback, how it is working for you, which food choices did you choose from. These are some of the questions I'd like to hear back from you. So I'm so glad that you enjoyed. And as always, stay tuned. Tomorrow, be coming back again. On the weekends, we'll usually go live once. For now, we might just do 2 again. And the weekdays, we'll go live every morning with a breakfast bite, and the evening dessert. We'll really give it to you and make you enjoy it. Packed full of information, come down, enjoy. It's absolutely for you and for free. So come on, enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. Till tomorrow. Stay healthy and fit, right?
Of course. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. See you tomorrow.